Hi there, I'm Beck Milligan, and I may know you from out in the world, from Instagram, from workplace wellbeing jobs. But I wanted to offer a tap here, and I'm sharing these taps on my regular newsletter and on this YouTube channel, just to offer people some little tools and resources when they might want to tap. I'm lucky enough to be out in the garden today because the weather is glorious, but it does mean I can't see you very clearly. Let's go like that. So this tap is for self-kindness, self-compassion. Sometimes we can be our harshest critics. We can have this internal dialogue of I'm not doing enough, I'm not feeling enough, I'm not giving enough, I'm not doing the same as everybody else, all of these critical voices. So I just want to offer a very simple, gentle tap, just to tune into the fact we're doing it, acknowledge it, recognize it, and just then offer a bit of kindness to ourselves. Because I've been doing this the last few days. Expecting more, and it's kind of, where is this coming from? Where is it coming from? What stories have made me feel like that's what I need to do? So today we're not going to examine the stories, we're just going to work to sort of take away those feelings and acknowledge the fact that we're not always as kind to ourselves as we might be to others. So just come to relax the body, bring yourself into the breath. So just breathing into the heart space and regulating the breath. Let the shoulders drop. You want to leave about 5 minutes for this tap, no more, just a little practice. In through the nose, and then bring the hands down to the belly, out through the lips. Just noticing as you slow the breath and slow the exhale, just giving that signal to the nervous system to come down out of fight or flight. Just tapping on the side of the hand. This is our setup spot. Tapping here on the side of the hand. And I want you to start tuning in to maybe some of the things that you expect of yourself, or some of the feelings recently that might have been going on. Some of the voices, self-critical voices in the head. Just create our setup statement. And you tap along, and if there's something more relevant to you, you can use those words. Even though I'm feeling that I'm not always as kind to myself as I could be, that maybe I have high expectations of me, higher than I would have of others. I'm working on loving and accepting myself, even though I'm feeling and noticing these self-critical voices, these high expectations. Just going to notice them today, and maybe try and accept a bit more kindness to myself. Crown of the head. These high expectations. Crapping on the crown of the head. It's just there on the crown of the head. High expectations into the eye. These critical voices. And now just think, is there anything that you can think? What have you been saying to yourself? Outside of the eye, all of this shoulds. I should have done this. I should be doing that. Maybe it's comparisonitis. Maybe it's you should be doing what somebody else is. Just tune into that energy. Under the eye, just notice what comes up in the body when you're noticing these voices. Under the eye, what shape is it in the body? Under the nose, any colors or descriptions of what this feeling is. So we're working with the energy now, trying to feel into the sensation that comes up when we think about being unkind. Don't worry if you can't feel into this, just keep tapping. I'm open to exploring all of the stories behind why I'm harsher on myself than others, collarbones. But for now, I'm just releasing this feeling. As we exhale, just imagine letting go of any negative thoughts. Maybe if there's a sentence you say to yourself, I don't look good in this, I should have done more, I'm not good enough at this. Maybe just imagine exhaling that sentence, inhaling, exhaling, letting go of any of those feelings that you've noticed. Coming under the armpit to tap, that's the next tapping point. Even though I'm feeling all of these self-critical emotions, I'm open maybe to showing myself a bit more kindness. Wrist point. Showing myself a bit more kindness as I would do to others. Giving myself a bit of a break. I'm accepting myself as I am. It's okay wherever I am. is okay. And I just notice if that brings up something in you, if it's hard to accept yourself, just tapping through the points, just releasing this sensation. I'm open to releasing these critical thoughts about myself, these high expectations. Just hands on heart. And this is just a short little tap. So we are just going to tap through those points one more time. Try and make them personal to you. So if you have a color, a feeling, something that comes up, use those words for you. Even though I'm feeling and noticing the fact that I'm not always so kind to myself, I'm working on releasing this, being kinder to myself. And I love and accept myself where I am. And if that feels too much, just I'm working on accepting myself. Crown of the head. These negative feelings, tapping on the crown of the head, these feelings in my body, inside the eye, open to releasing them, outside of the eye, honoring the fact that these feelings are protecting me. Maybe they're not sabotage, maybe they are protection. Under the eye, something to explore in another time. These critical feelings, keeping me in a place under the nose that's safe, but maybe that's not where I want to be. Just tapping on the nose, tapping on the chin. Open to releasing the intensity of these feelings, bowing out through the lips, and then just resting here on the collarbone points. Inhale. Breathing in, and on the exhale, letting go of any sentences or thoughts or memories of that energy when you've been unkind to yourself or you've been harsh on yourself. And as you inhale, maybe bringing in a positive color, a color that represents kindness, a feeling, a sensation of kindness to yourself, like a big hug from the inside, just working on that. Just at the side of the hand, wrist points, and then just finishing off with tapping all of the finger points all together in this little pyramid. And just maybe coming up with a new little mantra, a new little affirmation. Maybe today I can be a bit more compassionate towards myself, a bit kinder, not have so many expectations. Just for today, I can notice these patterns. Hands on heart. Exhale. It's really nice to spend just a few minutes with you tapping. That was obviously a tap to accommodate all these kind of emotions. And I know these self-critical thoughts are something that we have a lot, especially in modern life, when we feel like we should be doing it all. We should be busy. We should be being the perfect mum, the perfect employee or business owner, all of these things. So just be kind. It's just worth noticing and sort of giving ourselves a little bit of a sort of metaphorical hug, really, as you might do to a friend if they were putting a lot of pressure on themselves. So it's something I've been doing recently, so I thought I would just share. So if you want to find out more, you can go to beckmilligan.com. I will be dropping more videos here, so you can subscribe on YouTube. And please be updated on my newsletter, because I also share audio taps and other information, recipes, tips on the newsletter. So stay in touch and reach out if you've got any questions at all.